Welcome to Accelerating Success. Today's training will focus on the Curriculum Corner. The Curriculum Corner can be found by going to the Science drop-down menu, selecting whatever grade level you're looking for, going to Physical, Earth, or Life, and then selecting the specific content that you are looking for. We're going to go into Properties of Matter, and you're going to see that we've got the buttons across the top. So with one click, I can select my Curriculum Corner, and I'm going to have all of that pull up. Immediately, you're going to see that we have our teacher slides. These teacher slides are pre-made. They're already embedded. These are to be used to teach from. And so with one click, you can get to the Explore, you can get to the Engage, Explain, Elaborate, or Evaluate, wherever you're needing the support in your classroom. And then whenever you get there, you can click through the various slides. They're going to have embedded videos, embedded activities, and all kinds of really cool stuff. These are done with very high quality to try to put some time back in your pocket. So no more making Google Slides and things of that nature to teach from. Now, if I need something like that for a review, if I need something like that for an intervention, I've got a source and a place to come back to. But not only that, we also are going to have our facilitation teacher notes. So if you look off to the side, there was a menu for an option for teacher facilitation notes. This is just going to give you information about how to use these slides, questions that you can ask if you choose to do some of the labs that are in the slides, different materials that you might need. It's going to give you different options about how to break up the Explore section, even links to really cool things like some of these Fate Science labs that are going to give you more input. You're also going to have off in there evaluation. So here is an actual document that has an evaluation piece for what is matter. It's going to have questions, answer keys, just all kinds of really cool things. Once again, our job is to create the resources for you, to put money back in your pocket so that you're not running to teachers pay teachers, and for you to have a whole bunch of resources at your disposal that you do not have to create, but are aligned in every way to our standards. But that's not it. Not only do we have the teacher slides, we also have the student slides. So these are pre-made slides that the children can interact with, whereas I guess I should probably spell that right, interact with. And as the teacher is going through the lesson, you'll be able to see that these slides are going to go lockstep with the teacher. And so the children are able to interact with the teacher slides. They're able to input the information from various labs, just all kinds of different activities that the children are able to interact with and do. And so once again, the teacher is not creating this. This is already made for you. All you have to decide is, where does this fit in how I can use this to support my curriculum. You also noticed on the curriculum page, we had tabs for the student slides. I just showed you that, the lesson guide. We also have readers. So we've got literacy readers and we have thumbnail readers. Now, our literacy readers are going to include teacher facilitation notes. They're going to have the answer keys. And then when you scroll down, it'll give you the pertinent vocabulary. And you're actually going to get reading passages that are ready to go with engraved pictures. These are all aligned to the standards, and then they're going to have questions at the end that you can use. This is an awesome activity to give to your literacy teacher to put off in a center, to have children rotating through in the evaluate or the elaborate portions of the lesson cycle. And so the first one is going to be a longer reader. The second one is going to be called a thumbnail. These thumbnails are a little bit shorter, so it's like 2 paragraphs, 2 questions. It's very quick, but it's not meant to take up a whole lot of time, but it is meant to have the children process some text and then to see if they're able to get to the appropriate answer choice after processing those texts. Down at the bottom, you're going to see we have our TEKS breakdown. There's 2 ways to access this. You can click on the TEKS breakdown button, or you can come right down here, and we actually have it embedded. The TEKS breakdown is going to dissect the standard for you. It's going to have your measurable objectives, the content-specific things that we're going to need, the key concepts. It's going to go off into clarifications. It's going to have the misconceptions. It's going to have key questions. So it's all of those things that you would want on the front end of planning a lesson. It's all of the things that you're going to want to consider at the beginning. And we're also going to have our formative assessments made easy. This is just a web page that allows teachers to get creative with their formative assessments. So all of these documents you can print out and easily assign to children. Easily print off, cut up. Some teachers have even taken these and laminated them and used them over and over again. And so this is just a structured think, pair, share. We just learned about density. Well, partner A is first going to share what they learned about density. Partner B is going to listen and record 2 statements and 1 wondering about density. And so it teaches children how to have structured conversations about things in a think, pair, share. We've got I used to think, but now I know, visual phonetics, everything from built-in Venn diagrams, everything that you could possibly need. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there's even more. And so enjoy those, use those in the planning process. We also had the higher order thinking question button. I think you saw that one up at the front where we have our hot questions. That's another really awesome tool. As you progress through a lesson cycle, your questions should be progressing and the rigor of your questions should be, the depth and the complexity of your questions should be increasing. So at the beginning of a lesson cycle, you might be at a DOK1 because we're just now introducing a topic. So, you might make sure that you say somewhere in the lesson, how would you describe density to someone else? But as we progressed, eventually we wanted to get to a level 4 where it's like, what would most likely occur if we threw 14 metal objects, 12 wood objects, and 4 plastic bottles into a glass or into a swimming pool or something along those lines. If you prefer blooms, we have very similar questions down at the bottom, but instead of being broken down by DOK level, they're broken down by blooms so that you have that flexibility. And last but certainly not least, you saw a button that said our virtual graphic organizers. That virtual graphic organizers is going to bring you here where you have the option between all of these different built graphic organizers. Now, when you click on this button, the same thing is going to happen for almost everything in our curriculum corner. It's going to take you to your Google Drive and it gives you the option to make a copy of it. And when you make that copy, it's just going to pull it over and it's instantly ready to go. So you can assign this to children and then they can actually build Freya models and send it back to you and they can live in their digital world and you can live in their digital world and everyone can be happy. And so that is our curriculum corner. We hope you enjoyed it and we hope this resource adds value to everything that you are doing in the classroom. As always, if you need more information or support, please go to the site guide. The site guide is a wonderful resource to be able to give you answers to key questions, even the popular questions like what are we? How do the teacher subscriptions work? All of those kinds of things. But it also breaks things down where you can look specifically at online modules. You can look specifically at think tanks, curriculum corners, and different vocabulary resources, Energizer resources. So thank you so much for joining the ACC family, and we hope you enjoyed this training today.